Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, hard. Alright, we're on. Welcome back. Another episode of the SYMP show. This week's guest is a fellow podcaster, breather, Northcote brethren.
Oh, greatest club in the world.
He also has his own supplement company that he runs. Ben from Searle Talk Sports.
Yo.
Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
He supplied me with the wine.
The old Leon Rouge. Future sponsor.
Alright, I've got some questions for you.
Oh,
I'm organised,
yeah.
but I don't want you to look.
Better than me.
No, this is my first one I've been this organised. Okay. Right. Okay, so obviously your podcast is called Searle Talk Sports. We talk about sports and everything. So I just wanted to see, how long have you been doing your podcast?
Like seriously, probably like a year.
Yeah.
But started it. This is like my third season. The first season, no one will ever hear.
I've actually heard about that.
Oh, wow, it's deep in the archives. It was on SoundCloud, and it was just like me with my headphones that come with your iPhone, like the old school, fully plug-in ones, and like they keep moving, and you can hear the rattling, and like I just sound like I'm like half asleep.
Started from the bottom.
Yeah, I was just at rugby training one day, and one of the boys was like, "Man, you don't shut up about sport. Like, you should do a podcast." And I was like, "Yo,
why not?"
Took it and ran with it, eh? So yeah, third season, about to wrap it up, but no, it's good fun.
Yeah, hard. So a year properly.
Yeah.
Because I think that's when I started listening to it as well.
Yeah.
Kim told me about it for ages. I was like, yeah. I'll listen to it.
It's another listener. Get in there. Cheers for that.
But yeah, like I remember the first time I heard of it, I was like, fuck, this is hilarious. I didn't know what to expect. I was like, oh, surely that'll be boring listening to like sports stats and shit all the time. But no, you make it like entertaining, which is good.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, I try to make it like actual sport and then just some like local shit that my mates all laugh at as well, just to keep people interested.
Yeah, actually, some of my favourite parts is just the weekend chat.
Yeah, exactly. And like heaps of people don't know who the people are, but they enjoy the chat anyway. It's just like typical shit that everyone gets up to on a weekend. Yeah. Like Danny Dolan's, that's the spot.
Yeah.
So
on a Sunday.
Oh, any day of the week.
What made you get into podcasting? Just your mate just suggested?
Yeah, just the mate. And like I listened to a few.
Yeah.
Like rugby league podcasts and basketball podcasts and stuff like that. And then the mate was like, "Oh, you should do it." And just gave it a crack and then started to enjoy it. There's some days where you don't really feel like doing it, but no, it's pretty fun. And just like listening, I love listening to other people's podcasts.
Hard.
Yeah, then you get your 30 minutes to just say whatever you want and no one can tell you to shut up. So that was all good. So yeah, it was just the mate really.
Yeah, that's kind of the same as me. I was just like, oh, fuck it, why not? Just do it.
Yeah.
If it cocks it, but at least you tried it.
Yeah, it's just good to give it a crack.
What else? Oh, how many episodes have you done? So you got 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Do you do the same amount each season?
Nah, this one's been a bit longer because of lockdown and because of the interviews and stuff. So it's added up a bit more. But I think it's like 21 at the moment episodes for this season. So there's deep down there's probably like 50. But you kind of just get sick of it at the end and you run out of sport. It's like so seasonal, and I don't really want to talk about cricket and shit like that. So usually just stop it there. 5 days worth of cricket action. But so I usually wrap it up then. But there's probably about 50, but yeah, probably 10 good ones. Just shans.
It's like half of them, eh? Shout out to producer Charlotte.
Yeah,
she's out here somewhere.
Behind the scenes. She's the one that I should be thanking. She ticks all the boxes and gets it out there. So
yeah, she's a real one.
Unsung hero.
Well, have your friends and family been supportive?
Yeah, my friends were the ones that told me to start it, so like they were in on it. And then it's funny, like people you never expect to listen. Like I was playing a rugby game this year against Marist, and their first 5 who I've never met in my life was just like smack talking the whole game. And then he was like, "Oh, if I let you through a gap, will you give me a shout out on Searle Talk Sports?" And I was like, "Yeah," because like I don't get through many gaps. So I was like, yeah, I'll take that. And he let me through.
Oh, did he actually?
Yeah. But then I got smoked, so cancelled it out. But I never gave him a shout out. No, I don't know his name. So, like, it's pretty hard. But Maris First 5, if you're listening, appreciate it. But
what a real one.
Yeah.
What a trooper.
It's pretty crack up. But yeah, like, all my friends are real good about it. Heaps of them, like, if we get on the beers, they grab the podcasting gear and try give it a crack, I think they all think that they could do it as well. So. It's a good laugh.
But yeah, my problem is now I get drunk like with the boys and I'm like, yo, you want to be on the podcast, bro? I'll get you on, bro.
All of a sudden you're like, what do we even talk about?
Think you're the man,
But yeah, all the boys, they're always like, oh, that'll, like if they do something dumb, they'll be like, oh shit, that'll be on. So
you got to keep them in check.
Exactly. Or if they do dumb shit, it's good for content.
Yeah, true.
The more dumb shit, the better.
That's what I actually didn't write that down. But how do you keep up the energy? Because you kind of like put on like a persona, right?
Yeah, it's weird, bro. Like as soon as I click record, it's like even
just
a different voice. And it's just like, hi Fizz. Kim's always like, man, you sound like you're yelling a bit. Like, how excited are you? I'm like, I don't even realise I'm doing it.
Hard.
But yeah, I don't know. I always record it like first thing in the morning on a Friday, and like Friday's a good buzz anyway, so it gets you going. And then I don't know. It's just a different persona. But I hate listening to them. It's real weird. Like I hate listening back to them. If my mates are listening to it and like they'll put it on like their Yui Boom just to take the piss, and I'm like, nah, turn that off.
Yeah, hard.
Hate the sound of my voice, but it sounds better in my head than it does on the thing. But
does it take it out of you doing that, or like you don't notice?
Nah.
It just switches.
Yeah, so
once the lights are on.
I don't notice it, but other people say it, so I'm just like, oh.
Because I think that was one of the first things that when I heard it, I was like, fuck, this is hilarious. I was just imagining you just like normal.
Right, literally just sit here by myself, bang it out, and somehow get fizz. But I think you kind of need to be, or else people will switch off after a while.
Hard.
You got to have some kind of energy, or else they'll just change it. There's so many podcasts, people will just flick to the next. So.
Just taking shots at me on my own podcast.
Nah, not at all. You're bringing the fizz as well.
Yeah, we're on. I just bring the number one guests. That's
the one.
That's the vibe. That's the vibe. Right, next up. You've kind of already answered this, but do you reckon you got more into it because you like sports? Or like you like podcasts and then so you started talking about sports?
Probably more like sports.
Yeah.
And then like the podcast but came after. But just love sports, like even like mainly American sports even. Like I love rugby and league and that, but like NBA, NFL, all those sports, just constantly watching sport. Like Sky goes on all day. Today I was watching some NFL in the background and stuff. Like just love sport. And
nothing beats God's game though.
Oh, rugby league. What a sport. COVID free and just ticking the boxes.
Hard.
So just love sport. And then podcasts and that, started listening to some and then was like, give it a jam.
Yeah. And you're a natural.
Hardly.
Right, what's next? What's been a highlight and low light of running Searle Talk Sports?
Highlights were the interviews during COVID. Those were main. So I was doing called it sit downs with Searle. And just did some interviews with some athletes and it was Sean Johnson, Joe Parker. You hooked it up with Kai.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Kai.
Yeah, shout out to Kai.
I know you're not listening.
He's definitely listening. So that was main. Having yarns to those dudes. Got pretty nervous at times. I know Sean, so that was sweet, but. Jumped on Zoom and it was Joe Parker on the other end. And
I actually didn't listen to that one. That was on my list.
Nah, it was me. And
I want to listen to that one.
Had to pre-send through my questions and shit, to his agent.
Shit, yeah.
And I was like, man, I don't have written down questions. It was real serious.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, you only have 30 minutes. Bang it out. And they pre-screened all the questions and shit. So that was a little insight into how the big dogs must do it, but that was the highlight. Yeah, those were the highlights. Just those interviews, Denon Kemp, Ice from YKTR, dudes whose podcasts I listened to. Having them on mine was pretty sick. So.
Oh well, that's why I got you on. Bro.
Oh, here we go. The poor man's Ice.
That's actually kind of interesting, eh? That makes me think about all those interviews where they're like, "That's a good question."
Yeah,
surely they know the question.
Heaps of them I like heaps of the questions that I ask the people I stole from their podcast. Like, yes, I did like 5 people, like most people you'd want to go out on a bender with and stuff, and those were podcasts from Ice's podcast, and I asked them to him, and he was like, "Man, this sounds familiar." I was like, "Yeah, it's from your podcast." So that's mean. Lowlights are just some days you can't really be bothered, but you just bang it out and it's all good. Or like if you make one and you're not like that fizzed on it, but you're like, it's like become a weekly thing, so you got to put it out, but you're like, that wasn't the best. That's probably the only real lowlights, but then other people still enjoy it, so I guess you can be your own worst critic at times, but some days there's just like you've had a boring weekend, no yarns, and you're just like, fuck, what am I going to talk about for
That was
30
me
minutes?
last week, bro. I did an episode last week, and just because I was useless, I didn't organise a guest. But when I started this podcast, the whole thing I wanted to was be like a guest each week, like someone who does like something cool. And then I was like, okay, I'm stuck here because I don't have a guest. Like I nearly got the missus on. I was like, fuck, I gotta get someone.
Some days you gotta do it. I mean, come on. Some days.
Oh yeah, actually, I like that one. That was a good one. And I was like, fuck, I want to be consistent because like, if I don't do it now, I probably won't do next week, and then it'll just like it's a waste of time.
Yeah, guest is hard too because you got to be organised. Yeah, like that's the hardest thing.
And because I got a mate, shout out to Finn, he does it, and sometimes he'll do like in 1 week he'll do like 5 or 6, and then so he'll just post them over the next 6 weeks. That's smart. That's what I was doing in lockdown with the guests. So like I did 3 in 1 week, and then I had 3 weeks worth. Yeah, see, I like that in lockdown. Because there's not that much new news. But I like it to be kind of at least the week before, because then you get like current. If something big happens, you can kind of talk about it. For sure. But but he's also at uni, so he's got bloody time to do it.
Smart.
I'm mahi dog, you know.
On the old student benefit.
Yeah.
Good man. Course related costs. Rack them up.
I wasted my time at uni last year,
I wasted uni as well. But hey. Look at us now. Having line reads on a Tuesday.
Number 1 podcast in Whenuapai.
Life's
Number
good.
1 podcast in Beach Haven, probably.
There we go.
Don't need a
shout out Tramway Road. My spiritual home.
Shout out Northcote Rugby Club. Actually, no, shout out Glenfield. If my mum watches this, she'll show my stepdad.
Oh, yeah.
Jeremy's the Glenfield Rugby Club.
Yeah, he's got me in a few headlocks at the bottom of some rucks before, eh? Good man, though.
Yeah. He's alright. Nah.
Sad.
Yeah, nah. He's a GC.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is actually something I was really interested in. What's your like your research? Like, how do you have to research for ages for like? Because you actually pull out. It kind of gets disguised with your like humor and stuff, but you pull out like actually heaps of facts and stuff.
Yeah, it's weird. Like.
Or do you just know it because you follow the sports?
Yeah, I found like I tried to bullet point it for a while, just on like a piece of paper, just like what I'd talk about and like the scores and stuff. But then I found like the more structured it got, the worse it was. So
yeah, it kind of started to break it apart. Eh?
Yeah,
I'm actually kind of noticing that now with these questions.
I just literally just sit there like with my phone in case I forget like a score or something. And then just like bang it out, and like once you get into like a zone, it's easier. I find like if you've got like structured things you have to talk about, sometimes like it's not as good. Whereas if it's just like random shit, then it can be like funnier.
Yeah, it's also funny when something just pops into your head. Eh?
Yeah, or like if you just like are saying something and then you're like, I don't know where the fuck I'm going with that, but you just say that. And then people are like, oh, that was funny. And it's like, well, it's just being honest. Like, legit did not know where I was going with that. So I reckon that's like the best. But like a lot of people can't do that. So just whatever works best for you, I guess. But
yeah, I reckon structure brings like a rigidity to it. Eh? It's kind of like stiff.
Yeah, and there's like, it's almost like more room for error, whereas if you just freestyle it, you're actually just saying like your opinion, which is what a lot of people actually listen for is your opinion. Rather than just like regurgitating whatever they say, but heaps of it is like shit that other people have said during the week, and it's obviously just stuck in my head. And like I don't realise at the time, but I'll listen back and be like, oh shit, they said that on like NRL 360 on Tuesday. Like, oh well.
On Tuesday,
no one else will know. Like chances someone else is watching that and listening to me. Surely not.
So do you do any kind of like research or like finding out scores and stuff? You just know.
I just like watch the sports and that obviously, and then just like pick out shit that I'll talk about, and then like I have that Tribe app and it tells you the scores. I'll just click into each sport.
My mate told me about that, because I've got another one. I can't remember what it's called, but I had like it was exactly the same. Well, it was like the same kind of thing. Yeah. But I used to use it for MMA, and when I was getting into the NBA bets, which we'll get into that soon.
Oh yeah, but not good.
Good. Right, just hard, as long as you don't listen to my dad, eh?
Oh, really? He lost me a lot of money on the UFC.
Oh, bro.
Bit of a specialist.
That's why I'm the MMA expert.
Exactly.
And not him.
Exactly. But jump on Tribe, bro. It's mean because it even does like grassroots sport. So like it has like the Harbour Rugby scores. So like we'll finish.
Is it a New Zealand thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So like we'll finish our game. Jump on. You can click on the Harbour thing and see all the other scores from the Prens. And
that's
you're like,
me.
Yo.
Yeah.
Tacker lost. What shit, cunt.
Hey, you said it.
The worst club. Nah, they're all good. Shout outs to Tacker. Don't hurt me next year.
Yeah. They won't let you through any gaps next time. Nah,
no shout outs. No shout outs.
Yeah, that guy probably is like, I'm never letting him through the gap.
Yeah, literally. Oh well, I got smoked anyway. It was probably better he just tackled me.
Yeah, hard. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Speaking of NBA bets, do you... How much have you profited from the tea and biscuits, the old TAB?
I've probably made more donations than profit.
Donation. Yeah. I like that.
I like to think that like, because a portion of the money, it's probably like 2% or whatever, it goes back to grassroots sport, you know. So if you're betting on the NBA, I think it's like 10% of money from the TAB goes to New Zealand basketball. So like I like to think that somewhere out there, like I'm forming the next Steven Adams. By like filling him up with the money he needs. Yeah,
well, with all those donations you're putting in there, exactly. It probably is enough.
But I'm glad the NBA season's now over, because like, man, it's like betting on dudes to get like 5 rebounds and shit. Like it got real random, and like you're watching the game and you're not enjoying it because you're like, I need you to get 2 more rebounds.
Because before first lockdown, I was starting to get, I think it was actually from listening to yours and stuff, I was like starting to get, I've never really followed NBA or anything, but I was starting to get into the betting and stuff, and I'll do like the under-over, the scores. Yeah. Bro, I'll be like, I thought I was like a mathematician there. I'll be looking at the average scores each team did for the last 5 games. I'm like, okay, on average they score this much, this team scores this much, put it together, blah, blah, blah. And like, I got like, the first 2 weeks I was doing it, because I was just trying to test it, so I was doing like $5 bets, $5 bets. I won like 1 out of like...
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
There was like 10 games in 2 weeks or something.
I just do like player performance ones. So like for the finals,
I struggle because I don't know the players.
Yeah, so which is fair. Like NBA is my favourite sport to watch probably. Yeah. Just because like all the hype around it and shit as well. Like it's cool off the court and then it's cool on the court. So I was just doing like players to get 20 plus points, like all that kind of shit. But man, like you stop actually enjoying the game and you're just like, all of a sudden you're cheering for a dude that's not on the team you support to score 20 points. This isn't really the way it's meant to go.
Bro, that's like me with the under-overs. Like, if they were close to it, I'd be like, yeah, come on. Like, someone score. I don't care which team. The team just score. Yeah. And then when they were like reaching the limit, if I was doing it under, I'd be like, fuck. There's 5 minutes left. Shut it down. Defense.
Or the worst is when like the coach subs your dude off because it's like they're up by like 30. And like he doesn't play the whole last quarter, and you're like, oh, no, I need 4 points. Like, I've already spent this money thinking I'd won this bet, man.
Just getting mad at the coach.
Get him back on the court. Like, the worst is like you hear dudes, the band like betting on AFL in Australia or something because dudes were messaging the players, being like death threats, being like, bro, I had you for another goal, like hope you die kind of shit. It's like,
bro, wow. That's out the game.
So like imagine the NBA dudes like deep down in their DMs there's like 9 messages probably of like people being like, man, I had you for 4 more points, like shit's crazy.
That's out the game. I'm actually just gonna check this camera, make sure it's still probably. Oh yeah, we good.
We good.
We good. I don't want any more technical difficulties.
Yeah, fair call.
But yeah, that it gets out the gate, eh?
Yeah.
But that's like everything, I reckon. Like, in moderation.
Yeah, it's like, it's fun, but then yeah, you got to know, like, if you're not winning after a while, you could just
Yeah.
But, no, I do all right on the league, like just picking like try scorers for games and shit like that.
Yeah.
But it's when you start betting on shit you don't know about, like the UFC. Shout out to Oni, reached out, didn't go well, and then even the other day I went all 4 of the Kiwi boys.
Bro, same,
and
bro.
Unfortunately, didn't come through. But yeah, I need to stay in my lane on the. Like if you start betting on like the harness horse racing, or don't mind a greyhound, but you know, not the most experience. It's the worst. Like over lockdown, Kim was working from home.
Yeah.
And she snapped me. It was about 11 a.m. on a Wednesday. I was watching.
Was this the first lockdown?
Yeah. I was on the tea and biscuits, just betting on a greyhound, and Kim was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Had my headphones in, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm just listening to a podcast," and then. Like I went to click out and Trackside came up on my thing, and yeah, 11 a.m. on a Wednesday. That's a bit sad.
Yeah, that is a bit sad.
That was a good little reality check. Yeah, she wasn't too fuzzed, but
bro, Wednesday's payday for me. So
yeah, there you go. Great day for a little.
There's someone's payday somewhere.
Exactly, and it could be payday if you're Greyhound.
Yeah,
so.
Bro, we went to the Cass on Friday night.
Oh.
Fuck, bro. It's actually kind of scaring me because the last 2 times I've gone, I've been up like $50-$80
and just tapped it down.
Yeah, I left because I was like, I'm up, I'm leaving.
Smart.
Yeah, but now I'm starting to get the
urge. You're like, maybe I'm good at this. Yeah, I should go on a weeknight.
Even when we left, bro, I was up $75.
Yeah, it must be hard to walk away.
Bro, I was walking to cash it in, or because the reason I was okay with it was because I was actually, so I went in with 50, and I was like, if I lose it, I lose it.
Yeah.
And then, bro, I was down to my last $2.50 on roulette.
So it felt like a big win.
But I was just like, I'll just chuck it, whatever. Mrs. tells me a number, boom, $90 or like $88. I was like, took my 50 out because I was like, okay, this is what I came in with. I'll just play with this, all good. Then I was down to like my last $10 on that, and then I got another one. So I cashed out of it, I put another 75 on, and then I was fucking around with the rest of it. And then I was like, okay, I lost all this money. Like, at least I'm up $75.
Yeah.
And I had the chips in my pocket walking to the cash it out, and I was like, oh, this is like
itchy pockets.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I could just take the 25, take the 50 like profit.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I was like, nah, that's a slippery slope.
The worst is on the pokies. Like, I'm pretty bad for it. The old pianos.
I get bored at the old moldy piano.
Do you? I love making them sing. It's just the noise of them, eh? It's just.
Bro, that's
not a good thing. That's what hooks you, bro. That sound like a true addict. I'm not a gambling addict, but like.
Tea and biscuits Wednesday morning.
The worst is when you get up to like $150 and you're like, oh, I'll just go down to like 120. And then you're spinning away and it goes to like 118 on accident. And you're like, I may as well bet 100. And then by the end of it, you're back down to 20. And you're like, where did all that money go? But
yeah, I don't even know how to use them, bro.
Nah,
you just hit the button.
Yeah, so it's not much skill to it, bro. It's complete luck, I'm sure of it.
I would like it if it was like the old school like machines, but I reckon the digital like thing, I reckon that's...
I've had some bad luck, like I was on one, fed it right up, like spun it right down. And then I hopped off, and my mate hopped on, first spin, jackpot, $900. And I was like, bro, give me some money.
Yeah.
And he didn't. I was like, you bastard.
Well, that was actually like Hadley. She picked the 2 winning numbers for me on the roulette.
Oh, so she's the lucky
So
one.
she was like, oh, bro, but my reasoning was, I didn't give her any money. I bought her some food, but my reasoning is that she also picked numbers every other round.
Yeah,
and I was like, so you equally lost as much as I lost. So,
so at least date night at the casino. Could be worse, bro. Could be worse.
Could be worse, yeah.
That's
could be leaving with debt. So
hard. As long as you know when to stop.
Yeah.
Like that Wednesday, that was a good... but I only do like bet shit all. So
yeah, same.
That's all good.
But the biggest bet I did, which, actually not the biggest, but like on one thing... was when Dan Hooker fought Dustin Poirier.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, fuck, bet in the house, bro. I just went $100. Dan Hooker win, like,
good
regardless. Bro, because he was like a mean underdog. He was paying like $3.80 or something like that. And I was like, fuck, that. Bro, he's gonna fucking smoke
I think you told me to bet on that.
Yeah, bet the house.
Yeah.
And there was Meg rings for the weekend.
Yeah. Oh, well, you get those, It makes the wins even sweeter.
Yeah.
That one win every few weeks makes it sweeter.
Every few months.
Yeah.
But I actually stopped betting on the UFC because I went like 3 weeks in a row. Like every single bet I did was wrong, even if they were the favorite.
Yeah.
I was like,
but it's quite a hard sport to pick,
fuck
like because anything can happen with one punch. Whereas like rugby or league, like there's 80 minutes, and normally the best team wins at the end of that. So like it's a little bit easier in saying that. Lost money on the All Blacks on the weekend, so shout out Rico Ioane. But
I actually didn't even watch the game, but I was playing PlayStation.
Oh, nah, wasn't good.
I just saw the memes afterwards.
Yeah, poor guy.
I put together what happened.
Poor guy. We've all done dumb shit, but
fuck.
Oh well.
Yeah. Okay. Another thing. Well, kind of on topic. And we were talking about it before. NBA cards.
Yo.
Thoughts.
Yeah,
concerns. Opinions.
I'm into it. Yeah. I'm real into it. I don't. Like, I watch breaks and stuff, like dudes breaking them.
It's actually really like interesting to watch.
It's pretty exciting. Like,
and when they pull like a mean card, they're like, oh
and heaps of like the league and rugby boys have got into it. Like TJ Perenara, he has like a card company and does breaks and stuff. He's like one of the only guys in New Zealand that does it, which is pretty sick. And
does he do NBA?
Yeah, and like all the the Melbourne Storm boys from the league, they have like a card company and they do breaks, and like watching one of them hit like a 10k Zion card. And like shit like that.
But how much is a box of packs? Like $200?
Or like this dude bought into the break for like, it was like $50. And he got they randomly allocate teams. So there's 20 spots. Like, so this dude paid $50, got the Pelicans. So like any Pelicans card he got.
Yeah.
And they just pulled out like this super rare Zion card, 10k, and he was just like, yo. It was his first ever break too. So he was just like...
Well, I reckon that's hard, because then where do you go from there? Right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. And like, do you sell it straight away?
Do you wait?
Do you hold on to it and then
it's hard with NBA as well, because they can have a mean season this time and then next season just
imagine like fucks his knee and then he retires or like never does anything and you just watch the value go down. But I'm definitely going to get some cards, get some like young rookie dudes that you think are going to come through. It's kind of like another form of gambling in a way. Like,
especially with the breaks.
Literally. So like you're betting on someone to either get mean or...
I reckon with those, like with the rookies, it's mean too, because they're cheap as at the start. They're all like, what, you can get like a pack for probably like $10.
Yeah, or like that. Yeah. Like Tyler Hero, his cards were $10 before the playoffs, and now they're like $400. So, like in the off season, hopefully get a couple of those, or like whoever's the next big thing coming through, or even like dudes that you think are average now that it could be mean. Like their cards are like $20, so it's like low risk, and then see what happens.
Because I was gonna get into it, but I was like, I can't really be bothered learning all about the
like the gradings of it.
Or no, not really that.
Or the players,
but the players, and the teams and everything. And then I was like, then I have to like kind of. I don't have to watch games, but I got to look at all the stats and everything, like see how they're going.
Because those LeBron cards, like his rookie card the other day sold for like $1 million US. One card. There's like 400 of them out there, and LeBron has 10 of them himself. Because like they gave them to him as like a gift when they made them. But like $1 million US for a card.
Right. Yeah. When you think about it, it's like a piece of cardboard.
Yeah, literally, and like. If you were outside and it rained, it would be fucked. Like, so it's crazy that something like that.
I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have the card in your pocket.
Hey, you never know, bro. What if you put it through the washing machine?
Fuck. Well, don't leave it in your pocket.
It's gone, so...
Okay, if you got a LeBron, $1 million card, don't leave it in your pocket.
Leave it out the wash.
Nah, but they put them in those, like, slab things.
Yeah, you get them graded and shit, and, like, they rank them out of 10, and it's pretty hard out, but...
But, because... I've started, like, I told you before, but like Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
And there's some that like a PSA 9, which is like a 9 out of 10, will be like $2,000. And then a PSA 10 will be like $20,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So like just 1 point of difference.
It's about like the centering of the card and all that. Like it's the same for basketball. They do like the PSA. I think you send them all to the same place.
I think it's like an American company.
Yeah, and they grade them and shit. But like, you'd be gutted if you thought you had this unreal card and it came back like a 2 or something.
I saw this video of this guy who like unpacked the box. They were Pokemon cards. And he was like, yo, he got all these mean cards. And he sent them off, and then he did another video of him like reacting to what his grade got. And he was like, this is at least a 9, maybe a 10. And they came back and he was like a 6 or 7. And he was just like, fuck. And because he had them like upside down, so he turns him over and he's like, the disappointment every time. He got like a couple good ones, but he was like, I thought this was going to be like I thought this was a definite 10. But it was crack out. One of them, he was like, he got a 6 or 7 on it. And he was like, shit. This was the best card out of all of them, and it was like a 7.
Oh, poor guy. So that's the gamble of it. But
that's the game we play.
Yeah, exactly. So something to get into. I'm looking forward to actually getting some. But
yeah, hard. Yeah, I'm excited about getting my first Pokemon
card.
All right, I'm gonna, because we're coming a bit close. Oh shit! Did I accidentally delete all my questions?
No.
Oh no, there we go. Okay, this is a new segment of the potty. Actually, I'll finish this.
Oh shit! First time.
Yeah.
What an honour.
Ben's the first guest to come with us.
First.
It doesn't really have a name yet, just something along the line of Jason's quick fire questions.
There you go.
I don't know. There you go. That's the name.
Quick fire's good.
Alright, so I'm just going to ask you, I've got 15 questions.
Oh, yo.
It doesn't have to be quick fire, but...
I'll finish this and then it'll help me think better.
Yeah. That's how you get it done on the Friday mornings, eh?
Yeah. Just a few Leon Rouges.
Leon Rouges.
A few Greyhounds and then bang it out.
A few Waitakere daiquiris.
That's the one.
Okay, if you could fight any one of your Northcote boys around the same weight or size in an MMA fight, who would it be and what would your strategy be against them?
Oh, shit. I'd fight Jack Bergen. He's the other first fight.
Oh, yeah.
And he's the young buck and he's been starting ahead of me for the past few years and
so the old veteran's got a show. Yeah,
he came through and really stole the limelight. So up yours, Jack Bergen, and my tactics. I don't know. He's actually like a mean defender and shit. So he's good at the shit I'm not good at.
Yeah.
So he's probably a bit more physical than me, but he weighs a lot less. So I just
smush him.
Try to do the sumo.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I'll probably back Bergs in a scrap. I've never been in a fight. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah. So.
Okay, who wouldn't you fight in MMA? Who would you be? You'd run away from.
Oh, there's this dude, Nick Regal, and when the first year we won the Prem comp, he got our physio was like, oh, I bet I could make you tap. And he actually does wrestling and shit.
Yeah.
And he wrestled this dude on the tiles at the after party at kick-ons for about 30 minutes. And they were rolling down
the physio actually does wrestling.
Nah, the physio was just steamed and
so the mate actually does.
Yeah, the mate does it. And the physio refused to tap, and then they'd get up and reset and keep going. And we were all just drinking, and this was just happening in the corner, and we weren't even watching. And they'd just randomly hit a table or something, and we'd just be give it up. So him, I wouldn't.
Oh, but that is hilarious.
The
only reason that's so funny is because that's me and the boys challenge me. I'm like, fuck, bro, I'm not gonna tap, but
I can imagine that. So from now on, random ass dudes will just be should we ever wrestle to him, as a piss take, and he'll just fully take them down, and they'll be bro, I was joking. So,
relax, brother, relax.
So, Nick Regal.
Okay, who do you think is the most underrated team in the NRL?
Oh. Definitely the Wars.
Yeah.
Everyone takes the piss out of them, but...
It pisses me off, eh?
2021's the year.
Yeah. We'll be crowding Queen Street. Crowding Queen Street.
Get there. Hopefully COVID's gone, no restrictions.
Okay, and who's the MVP of that team, of the Wars?
Oh, Roger. RTS. Best calves in the NRL.
Do you know what cracked me up? I think the first time I heard it was with you. I think you made it up, but the Roger Tuivasa step.
Oh, what a whack, though,
That's such a good name.
What a whack. Even when he's just running, he's doing little whacks. He can't help it.
Whacks the grass on the ground.
It's a great sight.
Okay, who's the best team in Super Rugby?
Oh, the Blues. The mighty Blues.
And who's the MVP of that team?
Probably my mate is his name's Laturu Tola. He's the reserve hooker, but I call him the Bloods bulldozer. He's a good Northcote boy, reps the Bloods, so he's in there, Looks like Maui. Keep your eye on him.
Okay, top 3 overrated NBA players.
Oh, overrated. Nah, well, I'm a LeBron fan, so everyone just hyping. Jordan was the man, but no one wants LeBron to get close. That pisses me off. But overrated.
So are you calling Michael Jordan overrated?
Nah, not overrated. I just reckon the gap is closer than what people think.
Yeah.
The GOAT chat should be allowed to happen, but shit, overrated. I don't know. Russell Westbrook, he can shoot some bricks. I don't like just little 3-point pull-up shooters Steph Curry, Harden, Westbrook. I don't really like that.
Bro, they're on, bro.
Oh, it's cool and I respect them, but I like
Do you know what I like
that?
that?
The freaks, right?
I like that because if you're playing a 1-on-1 with your boys,
like, you just light them up. Yeah.
No, but yeah, like that'll be mean if I could do that. Like if you do layups and 1v1s, like
yeah, it's not that cool.
It's not as cool.
Gotta do like massive dunks and shit.
Yeah,
like.
yeah. Well, I can't dunk.
But like they're mean, so they're not really over it.
But yeah, based on your criteria,
I don't rate them. Yeah.
Based on your criteria,
yeah, like
that's fair.
Dunks and shit.
All right. What NBA player would you want as your bodyguard?
Oh, bodyguard.
So say I forgot your mate's name, the wrestler guy.
Oh yeah, if McGregor was coming,
he's coming for you. Who? Yeah. Which?
Probably Stephen Adams.
Oh yeah, that's a good one actually.
It'd take no shit.
But then he's kind of like nice.
Yeah, he is nice, but like if you pay him to be mean, surely he'll be mean and like big boy.
Yeah, big boy.
Wow.
Big family.
Yeah, huge family. Wouldn't mess with any of them. I don't even know the other ones apart from Valerie. But
I heard there's like 13 of them.
Yeah, so I'm sure they're all big. I wouldn't mess with any of them. Any Adams family member can be my bodyguard.
Okay. What 2 NBA players would you want to have a bender with?
Oh.
For any reason, like just like.
LeBron, because he's my goat. So definitely him. And then probably J.R. Smith, just because he looks like he just goes hard. Like even yesterday, the last minute of the game, he took his singlet off and was shirtless for the last minute of the game. And like,
see, I didn't even watch it, man.
Yeah, they call him the Henny God. That's like his nickname. And like when he won it at the Cavs, he went on like a 7-day bender in Vegas and was like shirtless at the parade, like pouring Hennessy on the people.
But that's on.
He'd be a good laugh.
Yeah.
And, like, he's not that good at basketball, but he's just there for the steam up.
Yeah.
So I don't even think he played in the finals, but he was already shirtless, like, popping bottles.
Oh, that's on, yeah.
You need those culture guys.
Hard.
So I'll party with him for sure.
That's a good one. Okay, this one is actually from my mate Shelton.
Oh.
It was a good question. I was asking him, I was like, bro, what's some good NBA questions for the bro? Ooh. Okay, so he goes, what 3 NBA player attributes best describes you? So like example, you could have like Kobe's mentality, Steph Curry's threes, like yada yada yada.
I got J.R. Smith's party.
Yeah.
That would be
shirtless
that would be
the
one. Oh, keep my shirt on, but the afters, love it. Love a good steam, bring the culture, bring the fizz.
Yeah.
So definitely that. I don't know, like when I play, I think I'm like more of like a student of the game style dude, so more just like game vision and stuff like that. So probably like a random point guard, like a Ricky Rubio type dude who like
I don't even know
just sets other people up for shit, because I guess that's what first fires do. So those 2, and then I don't know, probably like Luka Doncic, just because he's like a little white dude, unassuming, but still get shit done.
Nice, nice, that's one. Okay, and last question for the whole potty.
Oh,
how good's your Friday?
Oh, it's the best fucking thing on the planet, because it's like the anticipation for the weekend, ready to steam.
Yep. Wow. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Unreal.
We're on. This is another one, done, dusted. Hopefully I can get this out by tomorrow, hopefully. I'll be up late, but all good. SYMP season, baby.
Let's go.
Surely be recording still.
Oh, yeah, we are. Shit, it's hard to think of things on the spot.